Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Somehow Married podcast. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Amanda.
And somehow we have been married for 10 years, even though we are polar opposites, different in every way, and yet somehow we make this work. This is a podcast about nothing in general. It's just a chance for us to sit down and, have a date. You know, we never just talk. So that's what this podcast is. If this is your first time listening, what's up?
If it is, then go back and watch the other two or listen to the other two. This is our third episode.
Yeah.
And if you're listening chronologically, welcome back to episode 3.
Yeah, if you're listening chronologically 10 years in the future, look how small I am versus how buff and jacked I am.
Oh, goodness.
Somewhere in the next 10 years, Amanda has allowed me to get on steroids, and I've become who I was truly meant to be.
Okay, and I was going to say, and what happens if they look back 10 years ago? What did you look like then?
I was a tiny little man.
You were.
I would bully the old me. Sometimes
I believe that 100%.
Sometimes I bully the new me.
Yeah, but that's okay. I liked the new you. I liked the old you too, but I like the new you as well.
Okay, you're running this podcast, right? You told me that you're hosting, so I don't have to plan anything. So the show is yours. Yeah. And also, my mother said I interrupt you too much.
You do.
So I'm going to try to do that.
And you know what's crazy is I didn't realize that until I was watching it back. Like when we were recording it, it didn't seem like that big of a deal. Like it just felt normal to me. But then when we were watching it back and I had my parents watching with me, my mom said the same thing. Yeah, she was like, he is not going to let you get a word in, huh?
As I was listening to it, I was like, oh man, I interrupt her a lot. I think I interrupt a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's something I'm going to work on.
It's kind of been like a running joke since I've met you, like with your family since I've met you. So it's kind of just.
Yeah, it's something I'm going to work on.
Because your sister even said, did you expect anything less, Mom? Like
I'm going to work on it. Okay. I'm going to give the woman room to talk, you know?
Well, thank you. I appreciate
history, more like herstory, right?
That was really bad.
I'm an ally.
Well, like I said, if this is your third time listening to us, then you probably have already noticed that we are two very different people.
Yeah.
In our personalities. And if you know us in our normal lives, then you get a taste of that each and every time you hang out with us. So I was just thinking that maybe we could discuss how different we actually are from each other. And what those differences entail. Because, I mean, yes, we are very different, but there are some ways that we are alike. And
I just thought of 3 great jokes that I didn't interrupt you and say. So
would you like to share one?
Yeah. Our biggest difference. I'm a boy and you're
I'm
a girl. See, it wasn't a great joke. That's why I didn't interrupt. But
so just because we're different doesn't mean that we're not compatible. So I just figured let's just share with everybody maybe what one of our differences. And there's a lot of ways that we're different. But I have 3 that I thought about and thought maybe you would want to touch on one and go dig a little deeper in and just see what comes of this tonight.
Okay. All right. So, lay all 3 on.
Okay, I was thinking about this today.
What are you wanting me to do? Are you wanting me to tell you which one I think is accurate? Or are you wanting me to tell you what's your plan?
How about if we just do, I'll list the 3 that I thought about today, and then you can tell me which one you think that we are the most different in.
Okay.
Or were you wanting to do some different?
I'm not the host.
I know, but
it's her story, not history.
This is going to be a long night. That's what you're going to do.
I stand with her. I'm with her.
Okay, so the first way that I thought that we were different.
I'm with her.
Is emotionally processing things in life. When things get thrown our way, I feel like I am very emotional about things, and you are very logical about them. Sometimes you can have emotions in it, but for the most part, you're like, this is it. This is what we've been thrown. Like this, we got to figure it out. And I'm like, but I feel this way about this.
I'm real logical about it until it gets to a breaking point, and then I am overly I see. Until all of a sudden enough is enough, and then you'll get home and I'm just in the shower screaming, you know, and
That's not, I don't know that that's ever happened.
well, I don't know. It's just like, I'll go like cry in my wood shop like a man.
That's one way that
Sure.
we're different. Another is I am a planner. You are spontaneous.
Yeah.
And that's just not like about events. That's anything in our life. You are very spontaneous. You are a dreamer. You dream.
And you are
and
a crusher of dreams.
Yeah. I live in the reality.
You hate dreams.
I don't hate them. It's hard for me to get past the reality to view the dream. And you are the complete opposite of that.
Sure. Some of us call that fun and not fun. That's how I like to view that.
Well, if we choose, like, we can go into more of that
okay.
if that's what we want to do. And then the last one is, which we did touch on this in episode 2, was that social and needs alone time. Like, I'm way more social than you are. You need more alone time. Which
is interesting because when we first got married, I think it was flipped. You were the one that didn't want to like hang out with people, and I was the one that did.
Do you know why, though, I think that is? I think it's because we didn't know anyone here. And meeting new people is not necessarily my thing. That is your thing.
I like to meet new people.
You like to meet new people. You like to, you like being in that little bit of uncomfortability, like where you have to step out of your comfort zone to meet people and to.
The difference between like new people and people you already know is like people you already know that I'm a loser. But new people don't yet. And so I have a chance to convince them.
I don't know if that
I'm cool.
But it might be, maybe.
When you meet a new person, it's a clean slate. You can be anybody you want to be, you know, with people you already know, like they know you, you know?
Yeah. And for me, I like that part. I like the relationship part of
people I know, but I really enjoy meeting people I don't know.
You do. Like, you like that part of going in and introducing yourself, where to me that is not a thing that I
have given cashiers at the grocery store our address and invited them to dinner that night.
You did do that one time, and I was mortified.
We were having a get together. They would have had a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
So, anyways.
They're right down the road.
Yeah, but still, they're strangers.
They seem like a good guy.
We have children.
They seem like a nice guy to me.
Inviting everybody and they're just passing out our address like crazy. So that was one thing that happened once upon a time.
Then let's go over all 3 of them.
Okay.
And we'll talk about them. And then we can decide which one we think best. Because I think all 3 of them are somewhat true. You know?
Oh, they're all like, that's why when I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, these are 3 things that I think that we are very different in. I wouldn't say that one more so than the other, but out of those 3, what do you think the biggest difference between us are?
So what was the first one again?
Emotional processor and someone who thinks more logically.
This one is one that so I don't think this is the biggest difference in our relationship, but this is one that comes up the most.
Yeah.
You know, like that is,
I think it's at this phase of our life where we're making decisions.
This is the one that comes up the most. I have a bad habit of, and sometimes this is a negative, I have a bad habit of, how I feel about a situation doesn't come into the thought process when I'm making a decision.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what is going to solve the problem, get the job done, be the most effective or efficient way to do this. And how I feel is, and maybe some of that's being a dude. Like, I think oftentimes, and the world's always like, men should feel, you know, but the reality of it is some part of being a man is like, how you feel doesn't always matter sometimes. Sometimes you have something you need to get done. You have a job to do, and how you feel is irrelevant. You do the job. You can worry about how you feel about it later. And so I approach that often. Whereas you on the, like.
With women, we're the complete opposite. I mean, at least I am. I am very big into my emotions and how things make me feel and how things make other people feel. Oh, yeah.
And how, and that's not, I mean, I should probably learn, especially my job is dealing with people. So I have had to work on how is somebody else going to feel and how do I feel to make sure everybody's okay. But yeah, I mean, that's something, I mean, we had a conversation today where you're like, this kind of hurt my feelings, you know? And I was like, why? Why would, it's just
because
business.
of how it makes me feel.
Yeah, but it's just business. Like business
Yeah.
isn't about feelings. Business is business, you know?
Yeah. So let's just stick with that one then.
What do you mean just stick with
Like,
that one?
because I have more questions that I want to ask on our biggest difference.
Well,
And if
I think that one shows up, but I don't think that's the biggest, like, I don't think that, like, if we want to talk about, like, what causes us the most conflict, I don't think that's the one. I think the one that causes the most conflict is the planning and spontaneity one.
okay.
Because I do not like to have a plan. You know,
Yeah.
like my ideal vacation is we just like fly to like Ireland and have no plan. We just get there and figure it out, you know? And like that's your worst nightmare.
Yeah, I don't like that idea
And
at
so
all.
oftentimes you will get home from work and I get out earlier than you. So I'm at home. You'll get home from work and I'll be like, we're doing this tonight. And you're like, we don't have 4 hours and $1,000 to do that. You know?
Well, because most of the time I already have a plan in my head of what we're doing when I get home.
Yeah. And I don't want to plan at all. Like let's
Yeah.
take life as it comes. And that one I think causes us the most conflict because I will just like accept invites from people. Somebody will be like, hey, we're doing this tonight. You guys should come. I'm like, we'll be there. And then I
Yeah.
get home. I'm like, we're doing this tonight. And you're like, no, we're not. We have all of this stuff, you know? And like, I think that one is a big one is you're very structured and I am not. I am very unstructured. Like you guys can't see the office where we film in my office. You can't see my office right now, but it looks like a tornado ran through here because my whole life is like that. It's very chaotic, but that's how I like it. You know, I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I also think that like when you plan for the dream and the fun and the now and here and then in my head I'm thinking kids' bedtimes, dinner, homework. What do we need to do to get ready for tomorrow? Like,
which are all valid points, but mine sounds way more fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, like mine sounds like a much better time. The kids will sleep in the car, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that one probably causes us the most conflict.
Okay,
But the
so-
one we see all the time is every time we approach a problem, you're approaching it based on like, I just don't feel right about this. I'm like, how you feel doesn't matter. This makes sense on paper,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, I have questions for both. I just don't know.
Ask one.
So
You're hosting this. You got those.
I really think that we need to go with the emotional and logical.
Okay, that's fine. We'll
So
go
with that, when do you think that we first realized that I was more emotional in these types of situations than you? And in, I guess it could be in arguments and events that come up. At what point in our marriage did you think?
I figured it out like a weekend of knowing you.
I don't think that's true.
100%.
Well, I guess when I was like, hey, we can't date until after
Yeah,
summer.
like
Because we're not going to be near each other,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
a-
really going to hurt my feelings.
that doesn't make any sense. Like I figured that out. You know, I just figured that's what girls do. You know, like
But we hadn't.
and now I've met women who are very logical, very, you know. But I like a weekend of knowing you. I remember our first fight. I was like, why is she freaking out over this situation? It's just a minor disagreement, you know. And like you're like, the world is falling. I'm like, you know, and like I immediately I was like, oh, she is much more the feelings and the emotions. If it were me, we could sit here and yell at each other all day and then immediately be good. Like we solve the problem, we move
I
on.
know.
And I'm fine. We're past the
Because
argument.
after our argument, when we come to a conclusion, you're good, and I'm like still trying to feel
You're
out
still
what my feelings are.
You're still mad at me for like 3 days. And I'm like, we solved it. I'm not mad at you anymore. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
You know? And so, like, early in our dating, I would figure that out because we would get into a fight. And for me, the fight was 20 minutes. And for you, the fight was like the weekend. You know? And I'm not even fighting anymore. You're just fighting on your own now.
Well, and I don't think that it's like me fighting on my own. I think it's that either my feelings get hurt and I tried to overcome that, and It's not that I don't forgive you. It's not that I don't understand where you're coming from.
Well, and I had to learn like to let you have those feelings.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to get so frustrated with like, we're over this. Like, why are you still like giving me the cold shoulder? And then I realized like normal people have feelings and they feel things. And so you have to be able to feel those things. You know?
So would you say that me being a feeler has helped you in some way? Like, I know that it's probably difficult.
In no way has it made
me.
my life easier.
No, that wasn't my question. Not that it was easier, but has it made you realize that other people...
It's helped me a lot with my job because my job is like people. You know, I'm a pastor. I deal with people. And oftentimes I'm dealing with people's feelings and so it's helped me understand like, yeah, sometimes somebody's upset. And even though we came to a resolution, like we've squashed it, like they're still going to be upset for a while. Right. And that's normal, you know, and it's just not, I just shrug that stuff off. Like it just, once we've solved it, it's solved, you know?
I think that has helped me also, like over 10 years and, 10 years of, we have arguments and disagreements, and I can tell when it's like not that big of a deal, and yeah, my feelings might be hurt, but I do like think that I've realized in some capacity, like, hey, you can suck it up. It's really not that big of a deal through your actions and how you can get over it so quickly. Like,
because we've had huge fights in our in our bedroom where we're yelling at each other. And we're both crying, we're red in the face. And finally we're like, okay, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry too. I'm like, all right, have a good night. Yeah. And I'll like roll over and just go right to sleep. Like, we're good. And then I wake up like 45 minutes later and you're like in the living room. You do this thing.
Because I'm trying to process.
You do this. I think you're trying to make me feel bad, and it works.
I'm not.
You do this thing where you'll like wander off and go sit in the living room. And I walk in, I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I just need time to think. And I'm like, about what?
Well, because I need to think about what just happened and how it makes
we just
me
did
feel.
all our thinking in there while we were yelling at each other. That's what our thinking was.
I think I'm getting better at that.
Well, it's not wrong either, but I used to think like you were like pouting, and I'd be like, she's in there. I know as soon as I go to bed, she's going to go in there and pout. And then I realized you're not pouting. You're processing your emotions.
I am. Do you think that in our arguments, you're the one who wants to resolve things more quickly than I am?
100%. I don't like being in an argument.
Well, I don't either.
I think sometimes you do.
I think
you do. Sometimes I think we get in an argument because you haven't had an argument in a while.
That is not true. We're going to argue tonight about that.
This podcast is going to ruin our marriage.
We're doing the podcast too.
Episode 5, it's just going to be me looking at the camera and be like, she left me. It's just me now. Used to be married. Then it's just going to be me ranting for 40 minutes every week about
oh no.
She took everything. I used to be a happy man.
No, I think that over 10 years we've gotten, like I said in the last podcast, we've gotten better at.
I think with our arguments, when they start, it's not that I want it to conclude quicker, but when our arguments happen, I just tell you exactly what I'm thinking. I get all of it out there very loudly and aggressively, less aggressively now. I'm nicer now. I used to not be nice when we fought.
Yeah.
But now I'm nicer. But I get it all out there and then I'm done. And like, I don't want to like talk about it after that. Like, you shared your side, I shared my side.
Yeah, you want an answer.
And then I'm like, okay, so what do we do?
That's the logistic side of you. Like,
yeah, and then you want to like sit and I'm like, no, you shared your side, I shared my side. What do we do? How do we solve the problem? Mm-hmm. And then finally, you're like, I don't know, I guess this. I'm like, okay, problem solved. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. You're sorry. We move on. Yeah. But even if I'm the one in the wrong, I'm fine with that. But let's go ahead.
You want me to say it.
I want you to say that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And you won't do it. Like, you won't just say you're wrong. It drives me nuts. Like, if I'm wrong.
So is that something that you wish wish I would do
I
differently.
wish you would just tell me when I'm wrong. Like, and there's times like we have to argue for a while before eventually I realize I'm wrong. When if you could have just said like, you're wrong, genuinely, I think I would say, okay, then I'm wrong and I'm sorry.
Well, I'll try that next time.
Shoot it out there, like, because several times I'm like, am I wrong? And you'll be like, I think you are. I'm like, okay, how? And you tell me how I'm wrong and I go, okay,
Yeah.
but like, I think it's you avoid the conflict. You don't want the conflict of like telling me I'm wrong.
Well, I don't want the argument.
But that's how you solve it.
I know. And like, I'm aware of that. And I have seen that.
Just call me some names.
And
we'll move on.
That's not who I am. But I do think that we've gotten better at communicating and arguing, and me learning that side of you and you learning the emotional side of me and bringing those thoughts into the argument and knowing how to communicate in those situations.
In no way. Like, I want to.
We still got a lot to learn.
This is not. This is not a marriage advice podcast. Like, this is. We don't freaking know what we're doing.
Absolutely not.
Like, in no way should people replicate our marriage because it is chaotic and it is loud and it is messy. But like, I think we're getting better at it, and some of that is we work at it. We try.
Yeah. Well, I feel like every time we do argue, or we have good conversations too that are just like, how many times do you ask me, hey, what can I do better? What can I do better in our marriage to help? And, and I think that comes with not just arguing and learning to communicate in that way, but also on days when we're having a good day and, marriage.
It's better to ask those questions when, like, anytime I'm like, things are going really well. That's when I go, hey, is there something I'm not doing? Because there's a good chance that I think things are going really well and you don't. And so I want to make sure things are going really well for both of us. So I'll just say, like, is there something I'm not doing that I could be doing better? Or is there like, is there something I am doing that you want me to stop doing? And most of the time you're like, no, things are perfect.
Things are great.
And I would be like, no, really. And eventually you're like, well, well, actually. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we're fighting tonight.
So things aren't perfect.
But like, it's a check. I learned that from our director of discipleship here at the church. He told me he checks in with his wife. He'll just ask her, hey, are we good? Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, we're good. Now, his wife is a type of person that will tell them if they're not, which you have to have. Like, you can't just say, are we good? And they just say yes. It has to be genuine, a real question.
I think I'm working myself up there.
You're much better at now. But
in the beginning, it really cut me off guard. And, I'd be like, I'm fine. And then you would be like, no, really? Are you?
Really? Because you've been opening and closing the cabinets real loud lately when you do the dishes. I know you're not fine. I've never heard somebody wash the dishes so loud in my life.
Yeah. But now I know that, like, when you ask it, you really want to know the answer, which why wouldn't you ask the question? I mean, why would you ask the question to begin with? But I think that I'm getting better at that as well.
Yeah.
So do you think that difference has ever made you question us?
What do you mean?
Like, you've never been one to question us.
What do you mean question us?
I mean, like, rethink and be like, why did I marry her?
I think that every day. Every day, I'm like, why did I do this? When your alarm goes off. I guess
more so like, what did I get myself into?
Every morning, when your alarm goes off and you and the kids are in there, 10 feet from where I'm sleeping, and then you'll start asking me questions. And I go, why? Why did I do this?
Why did I do this?
No, I don't think I've ever. Have you questioned our marriage? No, it sounds like you.
I haven't. I really haven't. I think that there's been times where I'm like, man, this is hard. Like, this is really hard.
Oh, there's been times I have not enjoyed being married to you, but like, that's marriage.
Yeah.
But I grew up with a mindset of like, marriage is something you pick, and like, I chose to get married. I'm a man who honors my commitments.
Yeah.
Like, to a fault, I will honor my commitments, you know? And so, like, I don't know. I think the world I grew up in, my parents have been married forever, you know? And
mine too.
and and yours too. And it was one of those, like, I saw them in good times and I saw them in bad times. And, like, I never once was like, they're not going to make it. Because, like, that wasn't an option. Like, you just...
Well,
You either
my
are
side
happily
of the
married.
coin is that I saw my parents in happy times always.
Right. But, like, in my world, like, you stay married, you either stay happily married or you stay married and you don't like them. But you still, either way, like, this is it, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, like, questioning it. What am I going to... I'm going to go out and date somebody again?
No.
Get out of here. Like, I don't want...
How many times have we said that? Like, if something happens to you, I'm going to be single forever.
I will watch people that you can tell they're on a first date at, like, a restaurant. And I'm like...
And you're like, oh,
I'm
no.
so glad to find somebody and then, like, have to learn whether I like them or not and have to figure out if they like me and then figure out all their problems and whether I'm willing to settle for those and then go, no, thank you. What?
That was a big task, or it is a big task.
Yeah, we're still doing
especially
it.
now with phones and social media and all of that.
What? I'm going to download Tinder? I don't even know. Do you swipe left or right?
I don't know.
What if I'm just swiping no on all?
Say swipe right, but
does that
I
mean
could be
yes or
wrong.
no? Am I going to be saying no on all the people that I'm trying to say yes on, and then I just get a bunch of hideous people in my...
You can YouTube it.
I don't have to. I'm married. What? We don't have to learn Tinder. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, you're right. Disregard all of that.
Yeah. But no, I've never, like... Yeah, there's been moments where I'm like, crap, I'm just going to be miserable for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
But, like, I've never, like, questioned why I got married to you. I picked you. You picked me. This is it. You know, like...
This is it, and we'll figure it out for 50 more years to come.
Which I think... Here's something that I think is that a lot of people don't have. And I think this is a benefit. And my mom said this one time about her and my dad. And I think it's true. Is that my job makes it so that, like, divorce isn't an option.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm a pastor at a church. I get divorced. Like, I could lose my job. I could lose. So, like, oftentimes when things get tough, like, I'm stuck in it. This is it. Because, like, divorce isn't just now the kids go back and forth. Divorce upends our entire life.
Yeah.
Everything, you know? And so, like, my mom said that one time. There were times in their marriage where them being pastors is what forced them to stick it out.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, and she's not going to care if I share that, I don't think. Like, it's the reality of marriage. And so, like, there's been moments where I'm like, we've got to figure this out by this weekend because I'm preaching on Sunday. You know, like, and I'm not about to have a big fight and then go up and, like, do a Sunday service and that be on my mind. Like, we got to solve this problem, you know? Yeah. And then sometimes the Sunday service comes up and I'm like, guys, let me tell you something I learned this
and then
weekend.
you just tell everybody about what's going on.
It was a great learning opportunity. They will probably learn from it too, you know?
Yeah.
But.
Which, I mean, that comes with the job too, is like our testimony is what we share and it helps people.
We're very transparent. Like, everybody.
You are very transparent. I am not as
if
transparent.
You're transparent, if you have nothing to hide.
I don't have anything to hide.
Nothing will ever come back to bite you. You know?
I agree. And I don't have things to hide. I just think that, like, but I'm also not on a stage in front of people to do that, you know? I think if I sit down and have dinner with somebody, like, I've
learned, like, I don't have to tell everybody every time we have an argument, you know, like, I don't have to do that. You know, for the most part,
we argued last night.
For the most part, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but also, like, they got other issues that they're dealing with. But
I mean, we all have our issues.
But no, I've never questioned. Have you?
I've never questioned. We've already answered that question.
Then why ask the question?
I don't know. I just was thinking about it.
Okay. You got to stop playing with your mic.
Sorry. Can you hear it?
100%.
Oh, I'm so sorry to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if I've learned things from you and you've learned things from me in our differences, and I think that if we were the same, then just would not be us, and it would be weird. And not to say that other people can't be like their partners and stuff, but the differences are what make us us.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
That's all I got.
Oh, good, because I have a segment.
Okay.
I want to do a segment called Amanda Learned Something.
Oh, yes. You mentioned this the other night.
So this is I'm a fan of fun facts. I love.
You were like a walking encyclopedia.
I like facts. And oftentimes I share those facts with you and you don't care. And now I have a chance to make you listen to a fact.
Like the other night, what did I ask you? I said, what is a gondolier? Because I
Yeah.
had never heard that word before. And you were spot on.
It's a dude who drives a boat in like Venice with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I have fun facts. So I have a fact, and it's about your favorite topic,
What's that?
space.
Oh, gosh.
You have said to me before, I do not care about space, which makes no
Here's the
makes no
thing.
sense.
Jonathan likes to think about space. He likes to talk about space. He likes
Space
to
is
read
cool.
about space.
What do you?
And in several conversations that we've had with our friends, I just often ask, can I just ask, like, how many of you guys think about space often?
Every dude in the room.
Not every dude. Some people are like, no, that's happened before. And I like look at you like, see?
I don't know. It's just like it's there, and
Well, and then from my point of view, I'm like, yeah, it's there. Cool.
no, not. It's there. Cool. We are surrounded by a bunch of nothing,
Yeah.
and then sometimes if you go far enough in the bunch of nothing, you hit something floating there. And it's not like a day trip. It's, I'll tell you. All right.
Okay,
For
what-
instance, do you know, this isn't
Okay,
even the
this
fun
is the
fact.
fun-
No,
oh.
this isn't. This is just something. You know how far the moon is from the earth?
No.
It is over 4.5 million football fields in length.
Okay.
It's like 290 something thousand something miles. That's so far.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the distance the moon is from the earth and the ratio of how big the earth is to how big the moon is and all that stuff makes it so that the moon looks the exact same size as the sun. How is that not crazy to you?
It's crazy, but like, okay.
Okay. Anyway, so
Tell me
this
your
is
fun fact.
this is our fun fact, and I actually think you're gonna like it. So
Okay.
I want you to guess which planet in our solar system, not counting Pluto, RIP, you're still a planet to me. Our kids,
Our daughter.
our daughter the other day was sitting there, we're sitting at dinner, it was like 2 days, and she goes, Dad, did you know that we used to have 9 planets?
Her eyes got real big.
And I looked
She was
at her,
like,
I said,
"Serious?"
Yeah. And she goes, Pluto. There used to be a planet.
long time ago.
A
there used
long
to-
time ago, there used to be a planet called Pluto.
Jonathan and I just looked at each other and we're like,
I instantly
my
got
gosh.
furious. I was like, Pluto?
that was the other
Yeah.
day.
I remember when they made Pluto not a planet. And I looked at it, I was like, and Pluto's still a planet to me.
She said, I think so too.
Yeah, we stand with Pluto.
Yeah.
His story, more like Pluto's story.
Hmm. Her story.
Her story. Is Pluto a woman?
No, but earlier you were saying her
I know,
story.
it's a running gag. I just.
Okay, tell me your
All
fun
right,
fact.
anyway, what
fun
planet
fact.
in our solar system do you think has the most moons?
Jupiter.
You think Jupiter? Why do you think it's Jupiter?
Because you sent me that video the other
And
night.
you very clearly did not watch that video.
I watched some of it.
You didn't. Because that's the wrong answer. Don't touch your mic.
Sorry.
Jupiter has 95 officially recognized moons.
Okay.
That is not even close to the planet with the most moons. The most moons is Saturn. Saturn has, do you want to guess how many moons Saturn has?
234 moons.
You're very close. It's 274.
Oh.
And all the rings around Saturn are like dust and debris.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to be moons. And so Saturn pulls these moons in and it sucks in its rings and then destroys its moons and makes more rings. That's how it works. But here is the actual fun fact. How many moons does the Earth have?
1.
Incorrect. Most people think it has one moon, but
Is it just the debris around it?
no, there is in 2025
Define moon.
This is not an actual satellite like a moon, but in 2025 we discovered a temporary second moon. It's called 2025 PN7, and it's a small asteroid around 36 meters wide, and it's a quasi moon because it's technically orbiting the sun, but it's staying right in line with the Earth the whole time, so it floats in the dark side of the Earth, and it'll be there until 2083.
Wow.
So until 2083, Earth technically has 2 moons.
That's very cool.
That is very cool. We should go there.
Did you see that supposedly on February 28th, people will be able to see all the planets in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a big deal with
it is a big deal.
astrology people.
Mm.
The Aquariuses
Tell my dad he just got a telescope.
The Aquariuses are going to be wilding out. Who knows what that's going to do to the Sagittariuses. What are you?
An Aries.
It's witchcraft.
That sounds
on
demonic.
That note, that sounds demonic to me. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for that.
Aren't you an Aries too, or no?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh,
get out of here! I'm a Taurus. Obviously, bull energy.
If I'm being honest, I don't know anything about any of that.
We've reached the end. I think there's also Cancer, and that's a crab.
Okay, let's stop here.
It doesn't matter. It's witchcraft.
Okay.
Probably. It's probably demonic.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 3 of our podcast. We hope that you enjoyed hanging out with us. And
it felt better than episode 2.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Episode 2 felt...
Maybe it's because I had this coffee in my hand, although I'm sorry if I touched
Episode 2 felt low energy to me, I just wasn't...
Maybe they liked it. If you liked it, rate us 5 stars.
Yeah. If you didn't like episode 2, put in the comments and say, I didn't like this episode.
No, don't do that.
Why? I want to know.
Okay, but I didn't like this episode. # but I'll come back.
Yeah.
For another.
Or don't.
Or
I don't.
Know.
It's a free country.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. We're gonna be here anyway.
Somehow. Yeah. We're gonna be married still.
I hope.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.